The Italian way of life has changed me. I've gone from being someone who would mindlessly live life each day to a person who now has a far greater appreciation for the small details and moments that life brings. I don't think you have to be living in Italy to benefit from these changes. There are many aspects of an Italian lifestyle that can be nurtured wherever you may be in the world. Sundays in Italy, for the most part, are a day of rest. Shops are closed, and those that do open are open only for half a day. In bigger cities, this can vary, but generally speaking, there is a distinct difference between how a Sunday feels compared to the rest of the week. Italians use this time to rest and reset, to be with family, and to enjoy the simple pleasures of life, such as cooking. Sunday lunches are a real occasion in Italy. You can smell the aroma of different dishes wafting from apartment windows early in the morning. It is an opportunity for families to get together to share their week. Streets empty out, and a heady silence fills most towns in the mid to late afternoon. It's important to have this time to unpack the events of the previous week and to mentally and physically prepare yourself for the week to come, to follow your passions and interests. Sadly, hustle culture is often celebrated with a way of life that doesn't stop, but burnout is real. When we don't take the time for ourselves, we ultimately pay the price. Choosing to make Sunday your slow day will ultimately enrich you in so many ways. Italians know how to live in the present moment. Sure, they will reflect on the past and tentatively talk about the future, but more often than not, their immediate focus is on the here and now. If you ask an Italian what their 5-year plan is, or what their long-term goals are, most likely you'll be met with a confused stare. I come from a culture where it is considered normal to constantly be looking ahead, to be planning events and occasions months before they happen, to have long-term aims and aspirations that stretch years into the future. I have learned, though, that isn't where the magic is. The magic is right here, right now. It is normal for Italians to plan get-togethers just mere hours before they happen. It isn't normal for an Italian to be planning Christmas in October. I was explained this concept rather eloquently, in that the future isn't guaranteed, and the past cannot be changed. The only thing we have is right now. It is this mindset that has changed me the most. When I focus on what is around me in that moment, when I concentrate on how I feel in that moment, when I stop to appreciate something in that moment, I feel the most peace that I have ever felt. I actually feel happy. My anxiety is inexplicably tied to the future, which is unknown in so many ways. We can have a vision of what we desire, but life can take us on a different path to reach it. It is that path that you cannot predict, no matter how hard you try. Really paying attention to how your life is in any given moment can bring more self-awareness and peace than any amount of planning ever could. One thing that pretty much all Italians love and appreciate is food. This is a country where I have truly come to understand food in a way that I never did before. I have learned that with the simplest of ingredients, garlic, oil and pasta, you can cook something incredibly delicious and flavoursome. You don't need fancy, expensive equipment. Fresh ingredients are key, and pasta is a daily staple for the average Italian. Mealtimes have real importance here. Lunchtimes in the south of Italy especially are sacred. Shops close and people take that moment of pause to relax and eat. Food unites people, both physically, with family and friends gathering together, and generationally, with recipes passed on through the years. Every region boasts its own speciality dish, and there is an overall sense of respect for food, from production through to consumption. It's all too easy to reach for a packet of crisps or a chocolate bar, but the short-term feeling of enjoyment that it will bring pales in significance compared to the immense satisfaction of eating a meal prepared with mouth-watering ingredients, and most importantly of all, with love. There is so much joy to be gained from cooking and from gaining an understanding of food. I actually think it is one of life's most underrated pleasures. Italian people know how to look after their homes. They fill their balconies with plants and flowers. Cleaning is a regular activity, and not forgetting the almost daily appearance of fresh linen hanging from the balconies. There is a sense of pride that Italians take in their homes that extends far beyond themselves. Home is where the heart is. Home is where you entertain, relax, and where you truly get to be yourself. Home is therefore a reflection of you, and Italians truly understand this. It's not about having lavish belongings or a place that resembles a mansion. It's more simple than that. It's about having a home that is warm, welcoming, and clean. Home provides comfort and shelter. It's a space for us to relax and to shut out the stresses of the outside world. The ultimate way to appreciate and respect that is to look after it, to keep our home clean, to keep it tidy, and to fill it with your love and personality. It all boils down to appreciation. Appreciation for the simple things in life, because with appreciation, everything takes on a whole new meaning. People often ask me what keeps me in the south of Italy, and I honestly think it is this. The warmth and friendliness of the people in the south creates a sense of community and a feeling that we are all as one. Italians will strike up conversations with you when you are out. Strangers say good morning. People are generally inquisitive and curious and generous, oh so generous. Even in the face of adversity, people look out for each other, and that is something often lacking in society. We often live our lives as if we are the only person on this planet. We don't think about others. We don't pay any attention to how our behaviour or words might impact another person. We are solely focused on ourselves, on our personal gain, on what makes us feel good. Even living here as a Brit, with my slowly but surely knowledge of Italian, the sense of community fills me with warmth. I have a deeper understanding of human connection and the vital importance it plays in our lives. We can all live our lives in a more conscious way, thinking about our relationships with others, both those we know and those we don't. I think this alone can ultimately have the biggest impact on our experiences. There's a lot to be said for the Italian lifestyle, a lot of wisdom and love entwined into everyday moments. If you visit Italy, you get a little taste of it. If you live in Italy, you get to immerse yourself in it. Wherever you may be in the world though, you can adopt it.